Hi. So I was just doing some hill reps and I have a power meter, heart rate sensor and everything, but the data fields that I used are here. I don't know if you can see them. It's just lap time and cadence, since the intervals were it was strength intervals, so the cadence was important for that. The reason for that is, well, sometimes the number, there is a saying, paralysis by analysis. If you look at the numbers too much, you become too reliable on them. You are expecting the numbers to say to you how you feel. Well, everyone is different, but for me it's beneficial to sometimes go just on feel. And the athletes that I coach, they all know that I give them sessions primarily on feel. So it's not, I don't give them specific tempos or specific watt ranges, but I give them intensities based on feel. And well, the reason that I sometimes or often don't look at the numbers there are a couple of them. One of them is that sometimes you feel good and you surpass the numbers that you expect to hit. And it happened to me a couple of times when I was chasing these KOMs in the last few months. And well, if you just look at the numbers, you start when you start and see high number, you think, it's too much, and then you go slower, even though you could have held that higher number. And then there is the other scenario that maybe happens more often, when the training adds up and when it gets, for example now, when it gets too hot, the numbers go a little bit downwards, and then when you see lower number than you expect, you always have some target in your head, because, for example, you did the session last week and then you expect to hit similar or a little bit better number than them, and when you don't see it, then negative train of thought gets into your head. So you start thinking, maybe it's something wrong, maybe it's because I got dehydrated yesterday, maybe I should cut it short. And well, once, oh wait, almost lost my phone there due to the wind. So when the negative train of thought sets in, it's not easy to get rid of it. And often then you cut the session short and you lose some consistency. Even though when you don't look at the numbers, when you don't know what the numbers are, maybe you will do the session at 10-15 watts less than you did it before, but it's still a good training session. You shouldn't measure your progress at each training session, because training is just training and you measure the progress at races. And sometimes in training the numbers are a little bit lower, sometimes they are a little bit higher, but in the end it doesn't matter much. Often also when you start, when you don't know what the numbers are, you might start with lower numbers and then your legs warm up, start working properly, and you might end up with a very good session. But with that negative train of thought, maybe you would never hit those higher numbers later in the session. You might be wondering why I'm using the gadgets anyway then, but I still like to see the numbers. But I like to see them after the session and analyze them a little bit, because if I start seeing lower numbers at each session, then I know that I might be doing something wrong. So I'm either too tired, or I don't know, maybe I did too much, too little training, I don't know, maybe something might be wrong. So anyway, before the wind blows off my mobile phone, I think I said it all what I planned to say. And if you like the content, consider subscribing, and see you again next week. Bye.